Plotinus, philosopher and founder of Neoplatonism, was a vegetarian. Theophrastus, the successor of Aristotle, was vegetarian. Plutarch, Porphyry, Xenocrates, Ovid. We read from Ovid last week, which was so beautiful, from the Metamorphoses, one of the great works of the Western civilization. Beautiful, exquisite. The most famous pre-Socratic vegetarian was Pythagoras. Pythagoras put all his disciples under strict rules of conduct, which included vegetarianism, celibacy, and vows of silence. The reason to choose a vegetarian diet was based on the concept of transmigration of the soul, or the doctrine of reincarnation. Pythagoras believed that animals would reincarnate as humans in future cycles of rebirth, therefore they were worthy of respect. Now there's a teaching we need to remember. Animals will reincarnate one day as humans, and they are worthy of respect, and it is dignified of us to let them live. They love life. Animals love life. They love living. Check your dog, check your pet cat, check all your pets and ask them, and have a look in their eyes when you look at your pet's eyes next, and think and sharpen a knife and prepare to put a knife under your kitten's throat and see and imagine the harm that you are going to do to this living sentient being. Please, people, please. Just because murder of animals is done in abattoirs outside of your sight doesn't mean that there is not horrific fear and abhorrence and murder and aberration and obscenity is being performed and carried out in these abattoirs. Please, people, please dress yourselves with sanity, please, before it's too late. And you will reincarnate as an animal. I just have to show this picture, guys. Please forgive me. But for those who are childish of mind and immature and unreasonable, please turn away now. There's Bhagavad Gita, one of the great works, and it says there that if you eat animals, those animals one day, in turn, they will eat you. You will be eaten by animals, animal eaters. You will be. You cannot escape this cycle. You will be on a plate one day. You'll be a slice of, bum, like pig's bum and cow's bum, you know, and all of that you eat. And your bum will be on a plate one day, and some vicious animalistic human being will be delighting in the eating of your bum. Okay, let's continue on. Here are some of the pre-Socratic vegetarians. So Socrates and Plato really virtually are the same. I mean, they were buddies and they were together all the time. Really, Socrates and Plato it's the same thing, really. So pre-Socratic means before Socrates. We have Hesiod, Solon, Empedocles, Apollonius of Tyana. Well, he was a post-Socrates, so this guy's got it wrong here. But anyway, Apollonius of Tyana was also around the time of Jesus, and Plutarch. Okay, so continuing on, I've got about 10 more minutes, folks. Sorry.
That's great.
The Stoics were generally not vegetarian. However, two of the greatest Stoics in history did choose a vegetarian diet: Seneca, the Roman philosopher and tutor of Nero, and Marcus Aurelius, who in my opinion was the second greatest emperor of Rome, the greatest being Julian, who was a Neoplatonist. Julian loved Iamblichus more than Plato. Julian, the emperor, the greatest emperor who lived around, he was murdered by Christians in the year 363, which 63 is the year I was born, so hopefully I'm a reincarnation of Julian. Only kidding. So Julian died with... Julian was a Neoplatonist, and he loved Iamblichus, who was one of the seven I mentioned before. And Iamblichus was, he said Iamblichus was divine. And so, but Marcus Aurelius was prior to Julian by about 150 years, and he was vegetarian, and he wrote Meditations, one of the greatest philosophical works. Okay, so this is what they said. Seneca said, and I will be reading from Seneca next week, but for the sake of some little mouthful of meat, we deprive a soul of the sun and light, and of that proportion of life and time it had been born into the world to enjoy. Let us ask what is best, not what is customary. Let us love temperance. Let us be just. Let us refrain from bloodshed. None is so near the gods as he who knows kindness. All right, a little bit more. Renaissance philosophers and vegetarianism. During the Renaissance, the Platonic philosophy re-emerged, and the ancient knowledge that had been forgotten during the Middle Ages started to spread among the prominent thinkers of that time. The philosophical vegetarianism taught by the ancient schools of thought as a way to reach the human ideal was resurrected in the Italian society. These great thinkers chose to follow the example of the Platonists, Marsilio Ficino, Giordano Bruno, my hero, and Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, so let's finish off with some of the modern vegetarians that we have that we love. The utilitarian view of vegetarianism. The utilitarian argument in favor of vegetarianism is based on the idea that killing animals for food causes unjustified suffering to the animals, and at the same time that it does not bring much benefits for humans. So eating meat would only be justifiable if the benefits of eating it could outweigh the suffering imposed on animals, which does not seem to be the case. Since people can have a healthier life by adopting a vegetarian diet, here are some of the most prominent utilitarians who defended vegetarianism. Peter Singer, contemporary Australian philosopher; Jerry Bentham, English philosopher; David Hume, Scottish philosopher; David Pearce; John Stuart Mill; Richard Wagner; Leo Tolstoy; Arthur Schopenhauer; Albert Schweitzer; William Alcott; Albert Einstein; Voltaire. He was a materialist philosopher. He was not a Neoplatonist, guys, Voltaire. Aristotle, Diogenes, Epicurus, Socrates, Gandhi, Nikola Tesla, Ralph Waldo Emerson, Isaac Newton, Francesco d'Assisi, Thomas Edison. The list goes on. The list goes on. Alrighty.
That's amazing. Really interesting.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I love it.
Comment on the video where they were talking about how someone was saying how Bill Clinton is now vegan or something like that, and they were like, "Is that going to save his crooked soul?" And I was like, a lot of people go vegan just because they think that they will be redeemed, and souls are just lost forever.
Yeah, broke up a little bit again there, but I think should be a good grab in the recording.
Yeah.
Try again. It's good now.
Okay, all right. So I said that someone left a comment saying that Bill Clinton is vegan, and they were going to save his soul, and I was like, go vegan just for that. I life. Maybe in another.
Did you get that, Kimmy?
I didn't get it. I'm sorry. I didn't hear any.
No, it broke up. Maybe you want to interject something there for now, Kimmy. Maybe it'll get better in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think what you're reading from is really. I think everybody needs to read into this themselves. Get the books. Read the books. Get the knowledge and the wisdom.
Yeah, for sure. It's all about wisdom, folks. All listeners, please, whether you are still a meat eater and you're still dabbling, please take the wisdom on board. There's no other way of ascension. If you are serious about ascending the Christic fluids in the body, the Christ within, and raising the level and the vibration in your cerebrospinal nervous system, you cannot be polluting your body with the blood of animals and the slaughter and the fear and the death. Please, this is pure demon thinking. Please be wise. Make the right choice.
Yeah.
And be kind to animals. Be kind to your pets. These are beautiful creatures.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. And so I'm going to propose something for next week, girls. I'm going to bring my raw vegan chocolate recipe next week. So I'm going to be doing one vegan recipe every show. How's that?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah,
really good.
Also, let people know, sometimes what to expect when you go vegan, and how to make the transition a little bit easier.
Hey, Summer. Let me suggest try speaking just for a change. Try speaking without the earplugs. I think it's too hot. It's very, very hot. Pull it out. Have a go like that.
How about that? Is this better?
It's perfect. Perfect.
Okay. All right. So I'll miss that. I was saying Bill Clinton. They were like, "Is that going to save his?" I was like, I don't know. I don't think like that cured in one time.
Nah.
So, yeah, and then what I just said was sorry, there's some background noise.
Breaking up, Summer.
Again.
Yeah, it's breaking up.
Okay, what about now?
Yeah, I think you're probably too close. I think it's either duplexing, which is a problem with Skype, or your voice is running too hot and it's just cutting out. It maybe back off a little bit.
Okay, how about now?
Yeah, much lower voice. Try that.
Okay, I was saying that I bring to the table to what to and how to help people. Y'all didn't hear that.
Still breaking up.
Yeah, there's a huge feedback.
Yeah, there is.
Maybe if we try muting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me, Kimmy?
Yeah, I can hear you, Summer.
Is it breaking up?
Speak.
Okay. I don't want to keep repeating myself in case it's like not.
Oh
no. But yeah, you know how people go through those detox symptoms, and they go through a lot of struggles with that. So, and I personally went through that. We all did, So I wanted to like kind of help people with that transition. You know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of people get that, they get really, really frightened, and it's something to be afraid of. So I want to like be there to help people with that transition.
No, totally. I definitely am in the same place as you, where I want to help people. Get there and detox and lighten up. It's all about lightening up the cells, lightening up your body,
different
detoxing.
Yeah, different to take
juice,
like that.
Juice.
Yeah, like the juice thing, and you were talking about the liver flush, you and Santos both, and that's very important, That'll help.
Well, hopefully I'm going to do some more stuff about liver flushing, because liver flushing is a really important way of getting rid of the crap in your body, and it's really amazing. Like, I'm going to go into more detail in other videos about liver flushing, but liver flushing is so amazing. Like, I can't tell you enough about liver flushes. They're just the best thing that you can do. Yeah.
And different herbs that are very, very important to help nourish the cell. You know, if people are familiar with Dr. Sebi, I know that Santos is herbs like a tea every day, and just staying hydrating, and it's really important that we get those minerals and into our bodies, because even being vegan, you can lack a lot of minerals if you only stick to certain foods. But I mean, it's all a part of the process. Cleansing takes time. It's not something that happens overnight. Depending on your age, you know, really can be a very long process, especially, you know, like I've only been vegan not even 2 years, and I'm still going through, you know, stuff. But it's nothing to be not a painful process. It's just, it's a part of it. It's just what happens. You know, you were putting shit in your body from the time you were in the womb, because your mom, you know, I mean, you're detoxing a lot out. So don't be afraid.
No, definitely not. Yeah, it's and everybody's different as well. Everybody's got a different process. But a lot of people are like, "Whoa, we're not doing a liver flush." But you know, it's like it's the best thing. It's the best thing, and herbs are good, but they're quite soft. I think sometimes you can go through so much time spending money on like herbs and stuff, too much spending of money on supplements, when all you need to do is a liver flush, because liver flushing really gets very deep, you know.
Yeah, well, the herbs that I use, they were so cheap. I mean, I'm not talking about some really fancy stuff. I mean, you get herbs to just drink on a daily basis, and the first time I made my concoction of all the herbs that I found through Dr. Sebi, I mean, I immediately had flu-like symptoms. I was in bed, I was sweating, it was just a horrible experience, but it was because I was detoxing all of that. All of the mucus was coming out. It was just it was beautiful, because in my head I was totally fine, and I woke up the next day and it was all gone, you know. So it was just a huge
plus. You have to let me know about that. I'd like to know about that. Send me some links. Message me.
Yeah, definitely. I'm actually working on a PDF file, or just like, not a website, but just something so people can reference, because I've looked into herbs a lot ever since, you know, I found Dr. Sebi, and you don't need some like extensive, like long, all these ingredients, you know, because a lot of these herbs are hybrids, and they are not native to this planet. They were crossbred, and you want to stick to the original herbs for that. And it's just beautiful learning all of about all of them.
Yeah, definitely. We should get Santos back.
Yeah.
Should we get Santos back?
I'm back. I had to I had to mute. I found that if I muted, I could hear Summer. So my fault. Not my fault, but it depends on me somehow. I had to mute.
Yeah. It's all good.
That's
fine.
Great, girls. That's fine.
Great show. Thanks for
yes. Amazing.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. See you next.
Bye.
Bye.
See you on the next one. Thanks, listeners. Take care. Go vegan.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Take care. Go vegan.